What's up, guys? I'm back, and today we're going to compare and contrast college soccer, and by that I mean NCAA, NAIA, to Football Academy Madrid. And let's begin with the college soccer within the United States. And let's begin with the pros. The first pro I have is that you get to represent your school. You have a fan base, people that you take classes with attend the games, and it feels really good to wear the logo of your school and represent your school, for sure. Number two is that there is a possibility of scholarships, although the numbers show that not that many players actually do receive scholarships for their sporting ability in the sport of soccer. Other sports do receive higher numbers of scholarships. And then the gear. Most of the gear is run off from deals from the football team, for example. If Ohio State's football team signs with Nike, and then the soccer team will also get great gear from Nike. Although this is mostly for bigger schools, and by bigger schools I mean Division I schools, and the rest of the nation pays for their gear basically just the same as anybody else does. Next thing is facilities. These colleges and universities have invested a lot of money in the training room and in the fields and the sporting facilities in general, as well as a lot of runoff again from revenue generating sports like American football and basketball at the Division I schools leads to a lot of state-of-the-art facilities. The next pro is the college culture. If what you want to do is go to American football games, NCAA basketball games, and go to the homecoming parade, then that's available for you in the United States, obviously. Although I would say if you're in Madrid, you can go to Real Madrid basketball games and watch professional basketball just the same. Okay, so now let's talk about the cons. And the number one con for me of American college soccer is the season. It's an incredibly short season from August to November. If you get to the championship, you're looking at December. So you're looking at a season of 2.5 to 3 months. Now in that 2.5 and 3 months, you compete in about 20 to 25 games, and then you're done. You're no longer training in the spring until the spring semester gets halfway underway, and then your training is limited by the rules of the NCAA and NAIA, and you're not competing. You're not competing in anything meaningful, certainly. Even if you can play 1 scrimmage game, 2 scrimmage games, you're not competing in a league. You're not competing in anything that matters. Secondly, due to the short season, due to the incredibly short preseason, coaches and teams tend not to develop a system of play that's too complicated. And what generally happens is coaches play in a way that they're hoping the other team is going to make a mistake and you can capitalize off of it. And what I mean by this is the ball goes to center back, to the outside back, he kicks it over the top. Hopefully the other team's defense bungles the play and you score. That's how most teams play. They play in a way that they're hoping that the other team makes a mistake rather than creating a system of play that's going to develop a player to be able to play at the next level. So basically there's no long-term development plan for the individual player and the teams, because coaches are trying to win that year in order to recruit for the next recruiting class. The next big thing that's a major con for me in the American college system is the roster size. Most teams are carrying over 30 players nowadays, and administrators are asking coaches to carry even more players now, yet there's no secondary competition for these players to play in. And what I mean is, some teams organize some JV scrimmages, but again, that's not a real competition, and it's just a couple of scrimmages. It's not a full season for the JV team. So if you're not in the top 18, top 16, you don't play, and if you don't play, you don't develop. Okay, next con of the American college system is the lack of mobility. Let's say you're a Division II team, Division III team, but your squad is actually really talented, coaches put together a good system of play, and you win the national championship, or you even just win your conference and your conference tournament. Okay, you get a trophy the next year, back to competing in Division 3, Division 2, back to competing in your same conference. There's no mobility upwards, right? That's a collective mobility. And then there's the individual mobility. Let's say you weren't really scouted to a Division 1 school, so you go NAIA or you go to NCAA Division 3, Division 2, and you kill it your first year. You play a lot of games, you play very well, and you want to transfer into a Division 1 school. Well, the NCAA rules will most likely make you sit out a full season. Okay, so if you want to have mobility, the NCAA is not for you. And then lastly, with the jam-packed schedule, a short season, if you, for example, roll your ankle and you have to miss 2 weeks, you could miss 5 matches in that 2-week time span. All right, 5 matches of a 20-game season is 25% of your season gone from one rolled ankle. Okay, let's talk about the European playing, and obviously this is applying to Football Academy Madrid. The first pro is the calendar. The season goes from August until the next June, so this is a 10-month season. 10 months of competing, 10 months of training. There's just more time on the training field, more time on the playing field. As I said in the previous video, the league is about 35 matches, 5 preseason matches, 3 to 5 preseason matches, and 15 to 20 showcase matches. So we'll play between 48 and 60 matches in one academic year versus 20 maybe to 25 maybe college matches in the American college system. The next thing is upward mobility. First of all, as a collective, if we do well, we get promoted, and the next year we're competing at a higher level of play. On an individual level, transferring you from our team into a 4th and 5th division team in January, let's say, is easy. We release you and you sign with the other team. And that's what we want. We want, if a player moves from our team into a professional team, semi-professional team, it's a success for us. We are very happy to facilitate that for you. Of course, you have to be ready for it. Okay, now, so with Football Academy Madrid, the first year we'll have 1 team on the men's side and 1 team on the women's side, but the second year, looking to have 2 and 3 teams. So there'll be A squad, B squad, and C squad. And these teams will tier out over a year or 2 or 3 as we get promoted. So the A team will be in, let's say, the 6th division, B team in the 7th division, C team in the 8th division. So whatever level you're at when you arrive, we'll have the platform for you to be challenged but also be successful, but most importantly play. We won't carry any more than 20 players on any roster, although you're allowed to have up to 25 registered to your team. And players who are under 23 are able to move between squads within a club quite freely. And so let's say you start at the C team and you're really performing well, it's no issue to move you into the B team. Next is exposure to semi-professional and professional teams. After graduating, even if you play at a Division 1 level, after graduating 4 years, you've played no semi-professional teams, you played no professional teams, unless you play in the Open Cup over the summer, which is another case, right? Because not every player does that. Within our season, you will play against semi-professional teams. You will play against professional clubs. Another big plus about being in Europe and playing is that you're going to be living in a football culture. Other than small pockets of the United States, soccer, as we call it, is the 3rd most popular sport. Some places it's 2nd, some places it's 1st, but those are small pockets within the nation. And so being in Madrid especially is the capital of football of Spain. So a big football nation, and being in the football capital of said nation, you're going to be able to catch professional games. Atletico Madrid, Rayo Vallecano, Real Madrid, Leganés, Getafe, all right there in the Madrid metropolitan area. And everybody's a huge fan of the sport. Everybody loves the sport. And you'll really get to live a football culture for the first time. Lastly, for me, this is a big pro, is that you get to experience a different culture in terms of the world, which is a lot different than, let's say, American college culture, which is you live in a party bubble essentially. Moving to Spain and studying in Spain is a very different culture in terms of the way people interact. It's a new language that you can pick up and become bilingual or trilingual. And on top of this, you just get to experience an entirely different perspective on life. For me, it's a big plus. I love the Spanish culture, obviously. I live there. But like I said, you can decide that for yourself. For me, it's a big pro. Now, let's talk about a few of the cons for a football academy Madrid, because I want to be honest about it, and not everything is sunshine and rainbows. The first con is that the first year, we will begin in the bottom division of the pyramid, because that's how a real football pyramid works, is that you begin at the bottom and you earn your way to the top. So the men will begin at the 8th division, it's called Tercera Regional, and the women will begin at the 5th division, which is called Primera Regional. The next big negative for me about playing in the Football Academy of Madrid is that some of the away games, the fields that we're going to go and play at, are not very good. And by not very good, I mean some of them will have bad turf, some of them will have bad dimensions, as in be very small, and some of them will have both of those issues. That's the reality of the lower division of football in Spain. Look, that's all the pros and cons I got for American soccer and European soccer, particularly Football Academy of Madrid. If you have an idea of more pros or cons, leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel for more videos talking about European soccer, talking about American college soccer. And follow our Instagram, Football Academy Madrid. Check out our website, www.fam2021, that's fam2021.com. And see you on the next one.